Good morning to you. Alright, we're back on the museum. As you can see today, I'm going to do a little bit of sowing. I just got to find one I haven't already sown, so let's just go over onto here. It'll be on second field. It's fairly early, we haven't been open long, and you can see we've already got a good selection of paying customers about. Well, they're not paying, unless they go into the souvenir shop, which I hope they all will, or of course the restaurant, which I also hope they will go into. That's what makes us some money. Now, one thing I've decided after this season, I'm going to widen these pathways a bit, bring them up to about half as wide again, just to give me a bit more room. Now I'm going to find one here for some rape or canola, whichever you prefer. I think we'll do this one more straight ahead of us, this one here. Now you see I've got the earthers out. Just turn it on and just hope this can pull this alright. And it may not be able to. Oh no, that's away now. Just took a little bit of time to get it going. This is an old beast. A good beast, but an old beast. I know. What we will have to do is put some headlands in, I think. Because the modern way of thinking is it doesn't matter so much if you run over where you're seeding. I'm not 100% convinced of that, but that's what we will do. We will run over. Come on. Oh, of course I don't know why I've got that up, haven't I? No. I don't think we've got any diff locks on here. We haven't. Oh, we'll have to go forward and just do the best we can, I think. There's not probably the best of machines to use on this, but I thought I'd show this old beast out. It's alright once it gets going, but it doesn't like having bits of equipment tied to it anymore. It's most probably the weakest of all our tractors. I was going to use the Model D, but I think I might do that for the next field. I'm going to try and do 2 fields today. I'll just take this up to the hedge. I want to. Oh, it's going to back up there. That's just something I didn't like about that bit of land. You remember before I used the Fiat complete with Caterpillar tractors, and it does not like this. We may have to resort to the Model D, I think. We're not going to be all day just doing this one bit. No. Yes, no, yes. This may be just a little bit too weak for it. Yes, well, I think it is. I don't think we've got... Oh, huh. Well, 4-wheel drive shouldn't work, but shall we pretend that is the diff locks on the rear? It probably would have had diff locks on. And it's only rear wheel drive, so 4 wheels shouldn't really be working on it, but a bit like the Fiat, where we will have to pretend. I may have to go into town and pick some more seed up before we're done today, because I think we've only got about 1 bag left. And I do want to put some other stuff in. I want to try and get everything seeded if I can during this mid-spring period. We've got plenty of time to do it, of course, but in fact, I haven't switched that down. Did anybody notice the deliberate error there? And take no notice of money on there. I will be cheating money in and out as we go, and that is awful. Well, we'll bring that down and go forward. I don't want to, I'm not planting like or seeding that next field. This is where I need to widen these fields up, these pathways up a bit, and probably square some of these fields up. I'll try to make them a little bit like British fields. It's a little, just a weeniest bit awkward work on them, especially like here. We'll do another headland, and we've got bits to fill in because we're in mist. I like this tractor. It's probably my favourite in the museum. This and the Model I. Oh, and of course the modern classic JCB, but that goes without saying. I'm a JCB nutcase. Or should it be just a nutcase? Oh, we missed here too, so we have to go right to the end again. There's nothing in that next field at the moment, so we can go right to the edge. And then we'll swing out. It's going to be fun and games doing some of these other fields. We've got a bit there we missed. Never mind. We'll catch that later. Because this is in the days before we had things like ridge markers, this seeder. It's basically a horse-drawn seeder which has been converted to with a bit more capacity and a little bit bigger to run on mechanized equipment. A lot of the early farm stuff was just converted over from horse-drawn. Now we missed this bit at the end here, but I think we go in here, we should have it now. And this thing being trialled is not the best thing for reversing, especially if you're like me and find it hard to reverse such things. I tend to go too quickly. Right, I think we can now start going up and down. I'm trying to get a bit of everything growing this year, just to show it all off. It doesn't matter whether it makes money or not. Oh, we've got that little bit there. We've got to do that at the end. We go around right at the end there. Now if we come down here, put that on, we come across here and we'll try and straighten this up a little bit. Give us a straightish edge to work to. When we got this particular tractor, it wasn't quite a mess, but we managed to sort a lot out. And it now runs really well. Not quick. Mine's not the slowest. That Fiat tractor is by far the slowest we've got on the fleet. Well, we might as well carry on up here and just fill these little bits in we missed here. Well, a little bit there to do, but we'll catch that on the next pass. Almost looks homemade when you look at the seeder with those wheels on. They look just like giant pram wheels. No rubber you notice on them, they're just metal. It does mean that at times it skips and misses seeding bits as it skips over it, because it all works by everything being run off the wheel. It's just dragged along. There's no PTO or any other niceties like that on here that I do. I think we use the other seeder, which will mean having one with a 3-point on. I haven't got that many tractors for 3 points. We think we've got one which had the weeder on. I think we have to bring that out to run the other seeder. I have to just check what we've got and what we can put in, what we haven't already put in. We've got a little field right at the corner next to where the potatoes went in. We need something small to go in there, or we leave that one just fallow for this year. Turn circle on this isn't horrendous, but it isn't marvellous. It's a bit like the JCB. I always come back to that. Things like the John Deere Model A has a very good turn circle, but it's a little bit of a pig to drive on when it's rough going with those almost a tricycle design. Because we're going to have a big bit down here. What I'm going to do is cut across there, try and straighten this edge up a bit. So there's about 1.5 passes to go down the centre. Should actually be aiming at something at the far end of the field, but I think I missed. But the one advantage this tractor's got against but all the others, it really sips juice. It hardly takes any, and there goes the phone. I hope someone's there to take it. If not, not the answer phone will have to take it. Can't hear the answer phone going off, so my wife must have got to it. Look like someone trying to sell us a battleship again. I lost count of how many times our internet's going to be switched off in the next week, according to these phone calls we keep getting. I won't be so bad, but they always put us with the wrong ISP. They could never answer the simple question, which ISP am I with? Or even what is my IP, which is clear to see if you know what you're doing. Anyway, that's real world problems, and the first world problems at that. Now, I don't know if we've got it all. Let's have a look. I got one little patch. We might as well go back and just get that. I'm going to do 2 fields today. And I knew it was one thing that's weird. It didn't look like it's working yet. I think that's because have we transitioned? 1, 2, 3. No, we haven't transitioned. That must have been just these longer episodes and this old equipment and these mods, which are not always the best in the world. It may just have upset it a bit there. What I'm going to do, I think we'll see what we've got here. Got spuds in over there. That little field there. Let's see what we've got and what we can put in. 11 degrees C. Should be able to get most things in now. And I'm just going to spray the fields I've done, and that'll be my morning's work. Should soon see signs of stuff coming through over here, I should imagine. Anybody about? Oh yeah. I will say that we do get plenty of people visiting us now. Surprising how many people are interested in old farm machinery, and especially seeing it working. This could be a real test, me backing this in here. You see, I already jackknifed it. I'm trying to find the weight there, and there we go, steady. I'll go quiet now as I'm trying to sort this out. Yeah, we've got 2 bags of seed left. I think we better go and get some. Put this in here, and we'll keep all the seeders back here. And notice there's a fertiliser there too. I'll put this back. I really could do as a wash, but they ain't gonna get one just yet. May not have finished work yet. In fact, if we put that onto the spray, and we use it to spray the fertiliser, it should be just through it. And we've got to finish weeding this field. Oh, have we got something on there? No. Oh yes, we have. We've got the we've got the Oliver on there. Yeah, it worked out okay. Let's just go and pick this other tractor up. Drop the weeder off. And I'll put this back in its correct place later. People will never know where they're going to find anything around here, especially me. Right. Oh, this is a little Cetor. Yeah, we use this one. It should be more than man enough to. I hope it's got enough weight. One of the problems with the 3-point attachers with no front weight on these things, they like to do wheelies, and I don't think we've no weight to go on here. Just one along coming through. And get onto this other seeder, or the planter in this case. This is a home converted planter. Don't sorry, let's just check we're okay for what we want to plant. Oh yeah, we plant everything, no problem. The only thing we can't do is sugarcane. We can't do that here anyway. Sunflowers. Have we got any sunflowers in? I can never remember what I've already put in the ground. I don't want to put a whole load of the same things in. Sunflower. No, I don't think there's sunflower there. I think it's wheat. So we put. Now we'll do this one here. Nice big field of sunflowers, and we've got 3 left to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be 7 different things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we've got to put everything in there. Could do some oats in there somewhere. I'm not going to bother with alfalfa. I might put alfalfa in one of them just as a break crop. Just sunflowers. There we go. Should be enough seed on there. We'll find out. Some are, I think this is Russian. Some of Russia's finest. Let's see. A bit. No, I want rye or something, or oat or something in these. But I haven't already. One of the big crops, so we will put this towards the back. But I want to put it in a field next to this. It's going to make it easier to spray. And I've got that field in the corner there to do something with. Let's have a look, see how big that one is. I don't know, but well, I made a decision, right or wrong. This will go in next to the spuds. Switch it on. Put it in the ground, and there we go. And go forward first, the other forward. Stutter there with the autosave coming. It's gone a bit quick. Let's just slow this down and put it onto. It's a bit better. Yeah, that's a better speed. And we put this on to hand throttle. I.e. cruise. Now this is a fun bit here. Again, this thing, you can see, if you look at the side, you see the cogs coming off. Have a closer look at that. If you can. If we can get in a position to see it better. See the cogs come off the wheel at that far side. And that's running this whole planter. Yeah, you can see, you can see better there. You can see the cogs on the wheel. That turns that cog above it, which then goes into another gear wheel up under that cover, which runs this lot in here. And it's all mechanical, there's no electronics in there at all or anything else. Let's just drop that. Check we are in the right forward direction, not the other forward. I think this one we can turn this time, not that sharp here. Well, you see this tractor, it's only just man enough. It's the weight of the seeder on there, and the good job it's not actually full of seed, it's almost full, but you see the whole thing bucks and gyrates all around the field. You don't get that so much with modern equipment. On this one I will have to stop and turn it. Take as far in there as we can go. Sit. We will get in there in a moment. That's better. Drop it down and let's go again. Just do this last bit here. I think we do another headland, and you see this has skipped a bit. Look just here. It looks like it just about missed. Oh, just missed that bit. They just about missed it. So I have missed it. Unlike the modern ones, these do tend to skip and miss things because they're not as well. Well, they're not sprung at all. This is cartwheels on here. Cartwheels are not meant for this type of job, but what we're going to do is go straight down here, and that should level this up a bit. And we will want to put another headland in at the bottom here, because we're not going to turn around in the space we left ourselves. We are very close to the hedge down here, so what I should do, keep on straight here, then I'll put another full headland in. And the beeping you hear is actually a little device we have on all of these, all except for that. Minolapis seed. Just the way it works, it won't work on this. To tell us when we're out of the ground, it beeps at us. It's a modern thing, but it's just so we don't waste too much seed. We have got to watch some of the costs there. That will start beeping at me. No. And it's just told me that we're not actually in the ground, and so if we move on now, it's our own stupid fault. And I quite often do, and I'll just straighten this edge up too. Almost on the spuds. I don't really want to go on the spuds. Yeah, I think we go straight down here. Should be far out. We'll do the old way of doing it, which is up one side of the field and down the other. But if we get time, we will plant another field. We might well do, but I'm going to spray what we've done so far. I still want to find something to put in that. Oh no, this is the little field, and it'll have. Oh, it's going to go up one side, down the other. So this is where things like GPS helps. Of course, we can. And I do use it on here. We have a little box in the tractor, which we can transfer from tractor to tractor, which will show us whether we're going straight. It just paints a little green line and a pair of red lines on the field in front of us. We keep the wheels between the red lines, or the equipment between the red lines, and we have the nose pointing straight at the green line. We should be about right, but I haven't got it. I didn't bring it out of the office today for this job. I should have done, really. Oh yeah, I want to go and get some more seed. I just remembered, I knew there was something else on my mind. So we'll spray this, then we'll get some more seed. I think we've got plenty of spray still. I think we've got a full tank of that. And we always get the seed in those sacks. It's how it used to be anyway, rather than the big containers of it. And all in the trying to keep things as close as we can to the way it was done. We're not fully, because we're not doing a proper 4-year rotation. 4-year rotation, for those who don't know, it's 3 different crops on the field for 3 years running. Say 1 year it'd be wheat, another year sample barley, then say beet or potatoes. Then on the 4th year, it would, what they call a fallow. It'd just be allowed to rest. You get your weeds in there. You turn your cattle into it, which is why you quite often put beet in on the last year. Your cattle would eat the chopped up tops of the beet, and any beet what were left in the field. Pigs also enjoyed that a lot. Cattle enjoyed the tops, the pigs enjoyed the whole beet. I mean, you'd come back again at your next growing season after the fallow, and because it'd be nicely fertilised. Because it only works if you've got a mixed farm. It didn't work if you got arable only. Not that there was that many arable only fields back in the day. Most farms had about 20 to 50 cows. Never a big herd. Well, 50 in those days was thought to be a big herd. But so you keep, 10 to 20 cows, shall we say. A couple of 3 pigs. You wouldn't have many pigs. They'd be mainly for your own table. You'd have possibly geese or turkeys. You'd have a small flock of sheep, and you'd move your sheep and your cattle around. Not so much pigs. In those days, you still tended to keep pigs in quite a bit. Though if you only had a couple, you let them out and let those just roam free in the orchard, if you had an orchard, which a lot of the small farms did. Then they had, 5 or 10 fruit trees in an old meadow, and that's your orchard. Thinking about doing that for here, actually put a small orchard in somewhere, possibly out at the front there, just grub some of that up. Well, we're almost out of seed. I don't know, we'd do it. I don't think we'll quite do it in this pass. I don't think I'm going to try. We'll do it in... we've got to come back anyway, so... we might as well take 2 passes at this. But this... excuse me. Don't be surprised, as I said, with this old equipment, if there's bits of field which are bare, it just does skip quite often. The wheels skip on the surface. You get a bit of mud in the mechanism. Anything can happen. Remember, most of the mechanism here is wide open. I don't know if you can see any of this working. Oh, look, another. You can't see too well for the dust, so we'll come back in the cab. I don't know if we've got all of this now anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, we won't have a wee look behind us and like that. Right, that's 2 done. What, we're 34 minutes in. Aim for about 40 to 50 minutes on this one. I'm not going to try and make this one the hour-long episodes. And we're done. We'll switch it off. In real life, you wouldn't have a switch here to switch it off. You'd actually put it into gear. You'd raise and lower but switch on and off by actually putting the thing into gear, and there would be if it isn't here. No, there's not one you can see, but you'd have a little lever here just to push the dogs across. Whoa. Yes, I am going to remake these paths after we harvest. Mind you, in real life, most probably by the time we harvest, 19 is going to be out and there's going to be some decent maps for it. I've been thinking about 19, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not going to go full bore into it for a start. I'm going to carry on using quite a bit of this older equipment and the 17 maps. After all, I went just all the way from 17 with a 15 map, so no reason why I shouldn't go some of the way into 19 with a 17 map. Especially if some of the stuff isn't actually finished. Oh, there, I'm making a complete mess of this, aren't I? Help if I move some stuff out of the way, of course. That'll do. This also wants a wash, but I'm going to take this back out and yeah, we're alright. We missed them all. I just picked, go to where, did we put the Ursus on here or not? Oh no, because we've got the Oliver on it, so we're going to use the Oliver. Hopefully there's enough fertiliser in here, because there's another thing with a pig top right, this setup. I'm not at my best on tracked vehicles. I like the horn on here, it clacks them. Just to warn people to keep out of the way. The brakes on this are not brilliant. Well, we can unfold it now. We must probably try and do. Can we do? No, we can't do these in two. We're going to the far one first. Always work towards yourself. Start the furthest bit away and come in towards yourself. That seems a lot easier then. Still got something to put in here. But I think now we are getting fairly well planted up for what we need to plant this year. This is one which certainly would work well if we had GPS on, right? Oh, we are away, come on. And this is slow. This is a little bit more modern than the Cedars, but not that much more modern. This actually takes its drive off a PTO. Which again cuts down the number of tractors we can use it on. Operates on a pump, pressurizes the tank. Oh, by the way, anybody think I know what I'm talking about? I'm making most of this up as I go along. It seems right. Does not like running forward this thing. I think we might have to refill the sprayer before we're done. Forgot how slow this was spraying. Which is not a surprise, I can't remember what I had for breakfast. You know these thrillers where they ask, where were you on the night of the 13th at 9:45 PM? I could never answer that. I'll be a shoo-in for being the suspect every time. Not too bad, but we might get most of the other one done. I mean, missed a little bit on that side, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that. We come straight down the middle here, we should get it all. Should, but we're not going to. So we close in that side a bit and then come back, swing it around and come back. This, like a lot of track things, doesn't like swinging around too tight. Little and often on the steering. I do. We just can't bear. We've missed a few bits, but don't think we missed anything too bad. Because this thing's got roll crop tracks on, and it's tall. This is especially for corn or for, as I know, maize. You could put it on the between the plants. Nice high body to it. It's beginning to get away from me. Come on. Another old beast, this one. Not certain if that's pre-war or just post-war, but it not modern. This is going for, I think that was Chris who said he liked Oliver's. No counterfeit taste. But this is one I had ever since for 15, and I hardly used it on 15. There's no one. Chaos Knight's creations. Hardly used it on 15. Haven't really used it on 17. But this is almost a perfect job for it. Bring it out into the field a bit. We'll get all around the edge first, and we'll see what needs doing afterwards. Yeah, we're going to have to refill this. I can't see it getting through the rest of this field. It would be a lot easier if we got Darren Castle and daughters in to do the spraying for us, but where's the fun in that? Apart from the fact I know the visitors like seeing this stuff being used. Although we have to keep them clear when we're spraying. It's not good, nice stuff. Even the fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, is not really good for you. You certainly don't want a mouthful of it. Yet for years on these open tractors whipping spraying, it's even worse when you're putting down herbicide and pesticides. That can be very dangerous. So I'm going to switch that off to save a bit by trying to get round onto the next bit. Right. Oh, we missed a bit in that corner, but we will. I keep changing my mind on. We will get done here. Even going back to chase those little bits up. Anyway, year 1, April. What an adventure this has turned out to be. I'm running stuff here I never thought I'd ever run in my life. And the best day's work I've ever done was to apply for this job. No real pressure on me, just except we mustn't let the museum go bust, and we've got to keep visitors' numbers up. And we're relying, as you know, our funds come from some local people who are backing us with their real life cash and what little we make from the souvenir shop and the restaurant. Well, I think that's good as it. Keep an eye. Yep. That will do. We've got it all done. Fold it up. Don't think I want to be going full bore anymore. Alright, I think actually, guys, I'm going to call it here. Next time we'll go and buy some seed, if I remember what we're going to do. We'll buy some seed. And I want to take this in here anyway and refill this. You know what it reminds me of? Dive, dive, dive! Dive, dive, dive! Submarines. Didn't tell you I was a deckhand on the submarine. God, I got wet. Well, I was swabbing the deck at the time when they dived. Just fill this up again. With that, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, how about subscribing? Hit the bells to tell you when I'm on live. That's what some of the others say. It makes me sound a bit more professional. I'm going to take a picture of this. What else we got? Oh, yeah. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, or anything else, feel free to post them. I read every comment and I try and reply to everyone. There we are, that's the photo done. I always like to get that out of the way. If I don't do a thumbnail, I have to go back in the game, start again. That's full again. I'm going to switch that off and leave that there for now. I think it's breakfast time. I'll go back and grab something to eat. Oh. Visitors are not that friendly. Anyway, without this, Ma'am going to look after the inner man. Oh, hold on. Hello. Oh. I just don't want to talk to me. I look straight through you. No. Oh well. With that, Ma'am saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.